Hello and welcome to the C++11 Beginner Tutorials by Gamer2Creator. I'm Chris. So we talked about constructors. Now, there's a cousin to constructor. It's the opposite of constructor. It's a destructor. Now, all of our classes have had a default destructor. Now, 99 times out of 100 you will not call a destructor yourself. They are guaranteed to run when an object falls out of scope and therefore is destructed. It has a similar syntax to a constructor, and we're going to show you what it looks like by showing you the default one that we didn't have to write. This is a call to the destructor. It looks a lot like the constructor, with the name of the type followed by a parentheses, with the tilde in front of it, and that's what makes it the destructor, is the tilde. It can never have any parameters, ever. Now, you would never, almost never, need to call this yourself. I just wanted to show you that that is actually there even though we didn't write it. And it's being called for both of these when they fall out of scope. Let's add one for an employee. We're going to do it manually instead of using the default. This is an empty destructor. As you can see, it has the tilde, the type name just like the constructor, and then an empty parameter list. Now if we were to even try to take in a parameter here, it would immediately tell us a destructor may not have any parameters. So you cannot do that. Now we don't actually need to destruct anything ourselves in this class. But in future videos, when we get into dynamic memory allocation, we would need to free that memory, and a good place to do that is the destructor. Now, you can do anything you want in a destructor, but just know that this will be called when your class instance falls out of scope and therefore is destructed. Now, we can print this out. Detour is short for destructor. So every time an employee is destructed, it's going to print this out. So since we've made two of them, it should print it out twice. But it's not going to do it just yet. Now, as you can see, we are actually right here on the sin.get. These guys don't actually fall out of scope until we return. So let's push enter. Now we're waiting to execute this line. We haven't actually done it yet. But when I click step over, we will. Now, as you can see, after we returned, both employees were destructed. We could have done anything we wanted here in the destructor, but we just chose to print out this string. That's basically the way destructors work. We can even make one for our player class. We'll have to create a player, we'll assign it a name. Give it 1.0, 1.0 x and y, and then we'll close it. This has been in release mode. It should have been in debug mode. And we're going to set a breakpoint right here on the return statement. Now we're right here. We have not executed this line yet. When I click step over, we will. And you can see that the player has been destructed.